Hi, this is Dina, your sister in purpose, and I want to talk to you today about the third element of our future purpose conversation, what we're moving to, and that's about quirkiness, unconventional quirkiness being your calling card. This is such a powerful experience and distinction, and I'd love to share it with you. So we all have that element of monkey mind, that element in our from our ego that's trying so hard to protect us and to make us look good. Well, let me tell you this, and one of my mentors has said this, if not 100 or more times, that looking good is really not a part of your purpose path. I'm not talking about being professional and doing other things that you need to do to be in the business game, whatever your aspect is. I'm talking about that part of your brain that is whose job is to protect you. So we're not mad at it. But that goes into overdrive when you're into new things, when you're in ambiguity, when you're in that area of unknown while you're moving to your next new, or while you're establishing your new normal, or while you are undertaking a new goal. And our goal that we're talking about is the purpose path. So it's that voice that says, oh, don't do that. No, that would make us look bad. That would make us lose our credibility. We don't want to lose our creds. Our creds are everything. So that voice in our head also, as I say that, it seeks to protect your identities. It seeks to protect your identities. And what I found in my purpose path is that my way of getting to my purpose path, and everyone has their own, mine was when all of my identities, that if I did the I am exercise, I am a mother, I work here, I do this, my strength is that, all of those identities were shaken to my core. So then I had a very guttural core question about who am I and why am I here? Because if all of those things are gone that I thought made me tick, ooh, this is juicy. All of those things. And they're good things. And they're important things. So if if all of those things start wobbling and getting shaky or just fall flat down, then who am I? Because I'm still here. Right? So whether I am performing, I'm still here. Whether I'm in a version of upset or transition or just not knowing, I'm still here. So there has to be something else that's going on that has me taking up space on this planet, breathing in air, and having function. There has to be something else. Okay? So when all of those things go away, then you get to do some really big introspection. Then you get to do some really good soul digging, soul searching. You really do. And you can go through different programs, different modalities, or whatever. But you will find that the only thing that works is authenticity. So I think that, and I have to be honest, I didn't do a program. I just got real about, I got really non-negotiable about living authenticity. In fact, authenticity was my theme word for the year. And I can't tell you how many different experiences I had around that. And some of them were really challenging experiences for me to get to some truths about myself. And so for me to really, love myself, and it got to the point that I had some experiences that brought up some really, really old stuff that I thought that, oh, wow, I've done that. I did the coursework for that. I got an A++. That's old curriculum. Let's just leave that there and let's move on to this juicy new stuff. Well, no, because you take you everywhere. And when you get non-negotiable about taking your purpose further, about living your purpose, all of that stuff comes up, let me tell you. And this time when it came up, it had a different story to tell because I had invested in some mentoring. I had invested in some new knowledge. And so this time when the past came knocking, I had a different experience with it. And what I really understood was what I thought was so painful with these experiences, and just initially going into a victim mode. Oh, why is this happening to me? This is supposed to be this time. Da, 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 da. And it quickly went into, wow, that doesn't serve me. That doesn't even sound like me. Who is that? And that was a part of myself that was coming. But now I had the capacity, I had the tool of neutral observer, so I could step back and say, whoa, what is this? And I had to spend at least a month not having any clue as to what that was and being okay with it. And just saying, okay, you're a visitor from the past, and I'm going to make it okay for you to visit me now. Because if you keep coming, you must have a message to share, because I made a non-negotiable commitment to living a life of purpose. So when the past comes knocking, I didn't just say, oh, you coming knocking, you don't have anything new to say, so I'm going to shut the door, or whatever that saying is. Like, no, you keep knocking, so what is it that you have to tell me? And what it had to tell me was that, there were parts of me that I had shut down because they were inside of a painful story. And once I had enough space to see myself in that painful story without being pulled into the story, I could see that, wow, my compassion is I really have a lot of that. Wow. It was okay for me to be really expressive. Not only was it okay, but it's a part of how I was made. I can't get away from that. But all of that was tied up in this old story about, very painful elements of my life. And so I couldn't embrace those unconventional, quirky things. And it's the unconventional, quirky things that let you all know that you're safe with me, that you can trust me, because energetically you feel that I am being authentic. So when I'm looking at ways to communicate, to convey, we're having a pretty intimate discussion, and you barely know me, but you hear the sincerity, I hope, of my intention, and you can feel the sincerity of who I am, because I'm embracing those unconventional aspects, because they make me like not having this conversation is not an option. It's just not. And so I have to deal with the, uncomfortableness. I'll have to, who do you invite over to your house, for the first or second time? And then you end up having a conversation about their inner thoughts. Me. That's what we're doing. And so if I didn't embrace those aspects of myself, if I didn't go back and look at my story through new eyes, and I didn't do it willingly. Let me tell you something. It was not a willing. I was pretty resistant. But then when my resistance was getting in the way of my purpose, it made me take another look at my resistance and say, what is this really about? If this is coming up now, and this is after writing my first book, after I had an intention to write a book, not that one, but to write a book for 9 years. And then that's coming through, and now I'm dealing with this stuff. What? But because I was non-negotiable, which is the first point, it was just like, no, I have to deal with this differently. I have to have a different experience around this. And I'm going to do a sincere ask, right? I'm going to pray, and I'm going to ask for a sincere ask. I'm going to ask, Holy Spirit, help me see this differently. And Marianne Williamson, thank you so much for that. Love you for that. For so long, I couldn't get past that first part in A Course of Miracles for the longest time. But just what a great resource that is. But just a sincere ask. Help me to see what I need to see from this situation. And so you can unpack it. And there you will have your unconventional quirkiness. Whatever that looks like for you, your uniqueness. I specifically use those words because they will trip up my my wonderful, wonderful ego, my brain that's trying to protect me, that's trying to say, no, 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 no. We've been handling this for 40 years. No, we haven't. We haven't been handling this for 40 years. We've had a survival pattern for 40 years. And now we're going to change that survival pattern. And we're going to unbundle that survival pattern. And we're going to extract the part that's going to serve our purpose. And we're going to take that forward. And every time that old survival pattern comes up, we're going to bless it. And we're going to say, thank you because you did work. You kept me safe. But your time of keeping me safe was 30 plus years ago. So we're ready for something new. So embrace your unconventional quirkiness. And when your old hurts, your core hurts, come up to visit you in this process, and they will, and they may surprise you when they come up, because they're like having a visitor at the most unexpected time. You're getting ready to get in the bathtub, and you're in your towel, and you're like, oh, it's whatever, time of day. I don't usually have visitors this time. And then here it comes. Okay, well, put your robe on top of your towel and tie it up, and have a conversation and have a view, a neutral view, and just to see your story through the eyes that you are now, and feel trusted that it's all for your good, it's all a part of your purpose path, and unbundle it. And let me know, share what you find out about your uniqueness through that experience. Share that and add that to the element. Add that as a huge, huge, impactful clue in your journey. Well done. You are doing a fantastic job. I will talk to you soon.